This is 9 News with Jayne Azzopardi.
Good morning. We begin in Sydney, where a teenager has sexually assaulted and robbed a woman during a sickening attack in the city's west. Let's go straight to 9's Chris O'Keefe, who's at the scene in Rooty Hill. Chris, take us through what happened.
Now, police have described the attacker as a 16-year-old boy, around 5 foot tall, slim build, and he was wearing a white T-shirt with a logo on it. So, Jane, police are asking for any witnesses who may have saw or heard anything here on North Parade in Rooty Hill at around 9 o'clock last night to please contact them immediately so they can resolve this as soon as possible.
Just a terrible story. Chris O'Keefe, thank you. Thousands of travellers are stranded here and in Bali as a huge volcanic ash cloud fills the skies over Denpasar Airport. Let's go to 9's Sean Power at Brisbane's International Airport. Sean, what's the latest information from the airlines?
Jane, I just spoke with one backpacker here at the Brisbane International Airport who has spent 26 hours stranded here, not a shower in that time, but he's gotten through one novel and plenty of Wi-Fi access, so he's hoping to be on a flight later this evening. So just confirming, if you are a Jetstar passenger, there is still hope that you could be on a flight out of Australia this evening. Virgin passengers, no go. Ensure that you have provided your most recent mobile phone number with both of those airlines to avoid any unnecessary delays, and keep online because all of that information is being posted there to try and make it as easy as possible for everyone.
Good advice, Sean Power in Brisbane, thank you. 2 people, including a young boy, have been hit by a car in Sydney's east overnight. A 65-year-old woman was behind the wheel of a Jaguar when her vehicle mounted the footpath in Potts Point, hitting a bus stop and a stone wall. Police say a 50-year-old man and one of his 2 sons were struck by the car while standing on the footpath. The father suffered a cut to his head, while an 11-year-old boy received minor leg injuries. Victoria Police are stepping up the search for a woman who allegedly threatened a teenage boy with a knife on a Melbourne tram full of school children. 9's Neri Tai has the details. Melbourne is set to sparkle after securing the hit Broadway musical Kinky Boots. Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews went backstage in New York to check out the award-winning show, set to make its Australian debut in October next year. Set to an original score by Cyndi Lauper, it tells the story of a shoe factory owner who turns to a cabaret star and drag queen to save his business from bankruptcy. The search for an Australian cast will begin later this year. Plenty more to come in 9's Morning News, including an urgent security warning to tourists in Tunisia. Plus, an historic day in the US as a symbol of the South is taken down as a mark of respect. And the candid photos of the world's most famous family. We'll have all those beautiful pictures up next.
Throughout our lives, there are times when everyday moments can be quite extraordinary. We capture them because they're important to us. And so it is with local news. We capture the moments you may have missed, good and bad, the buzz of the community, local stories that make a difference. The things that are important to you are important to us. WIN News, your local news, weeknights at 7.
There's been an urgent warning issued to tourists still in Tunisia following last month's beach massacre. Britain's Foreign Office has urged all of its citizens holidaying in the country to leave as soon as possible. Authorities say a further terrorist attack is now highly likely, and it's feared local security cannot adequately protect visitors. All British tour operators have started transporting their customers back to England. Yesterday, Tunisia's Prime Minister declared a state of emergency for the next 30 days. It may have been Princess Charlotte's christening earlier this week, but it's only now that we're getting a proper look at the royal baby. As 9's Amelia Ballinger reports, official photos from the big family day out have been released, giving us an intimate look at the world's most photographed family. Lovely photos, and now it's time for sport with Erin Molan.
Good morning to you, Jane. Coming up, England controlling the Ashes, but it didn't all go their way on day 2. In the AFL, Essendon lose more experience before the Demons clash. Who will step up? And Dez's denial why he says Trent Hodkinson is leaving the Bulldogs. Essendon has been hit by the withdrawal of two more experienced players in the lead up to its clash with Melbourne, but the club's youngsters are keen to make an impression. More from Nine's Mark McGugan. Serena Williams is just one win away from her 21st Grand Slam title after powering into the Wimbledon final with a straight sets win over Maria Sharapova. Williams will now face 21-year-old Spaniard Garbine Muguruza for the chance to hold all four majors. And Tony Martin has become the second race leader to crash out of the Tour de France following a dramatic end to the sixth stage. Zdeněk Stybar escaped the carnage to claim the stage. And Will Davison has just finished the fastest in practice in Townsville ahead of the V8s this weekend, Jane.
And the final session gets underway soon. Thank you, Erin. Still to come, finance and the latest weather.
Sarah is a mother, a wife, and a war hero. And she thinks she's a failure.
Things that I'm ashamed about.
On 60 Minutes, riding for survival in a race to the top of Italy. 60 Minutes, Sunday, 8:30.
The Antarctic blast forecasters have been talking about is almost upon us. Snow has already started to fall about the peaks in New South Wales and Victoria. Residents right across the country's southeast have been warned to brace for a cold snap this weekend as a series of cold fronts approach. Nighttime temperatures are forecast to dip near or below freezing, with up to 50 centimetres of snow expected to fall on the ski slopes over the next few days. So let's have a check of the weather now, and cool onshore winds are triggering showers along the northern New South Wales and southern Queensland coasts. A trough and front is producing showers and thunderstorms over southeastern parts of WA. Around the country today, Brisbane can expect a shower or two and 20, Perth, possible rain and 17 degrees. Looking ahead to the weekend, storms and 22 forecast for Brisbane. Perth can look forward to blue skies and 17 degrees. And looking ahead to Sunday, Perth can expect a sunny day again with 17 the top. Finance now, and our share market has defied the odds and opened more than 0.75% higher after a rebound from the big miners. The All Ords is currently trading up 42 points. And in currency, the Aussie dollar has also steadied. It's worth 74.87 US cents, 91 Japanese yen and 48 British pence. And that's Nine's Morning News. Amelia Adams will be here at 3 with 9 News Now, and I'll be back with the afternoon news just after 4 o'clock. I'm Jayne Azzopardi. Thanks for your company.